What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Going for Two. I am Q1 Humphreys. And I think we're finally seeing it, y'all. With the firing of head coach Mike Budenholzer and, the report of Kevin Durant playing his last game as a Phoenix Sun from Shams, we are seeing the beginning of, I want to say, a fire sale of the Phoenix Suns. But before I dive more into that, y'all know what to do, man. Hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment. Do all that. Let's get right into it. So, this afternoon, news flooded in that Mike Budenholzer had been fired from the head coaching position of the Phoenix Suns, and the Phoenix Suns will work with Kevin Durant and his agent to find the preferred trade destination for Easy Money Sniper. Now, the stuff that happened, these reports are not a surprise to me. And it should not be a surprise to nobody else either. The Phoenix Suns finished 36-46 on the year, 11th in the Western Conference, which means they will not be participating in this year's NBA play-in tournament, which means that their season is just over. They have heavily underperformed this year, and these are not the results you would expect from a team that has Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal. Now, the thing with me is the firing of Mike Budenholzer. This will be the third head coach that the Phoenix Suns have had over the last 3 years. It was Monty Williams, Frank Vogel, and Mike Budenholzer over the last 3 seasons. Those people have all coached the Phoenix Suns and have all been let go. So we talk about how expensive player contracts are. The Suns are going to have 3 coaches on their payroll that won't be there. So the Suns are going to have 4 coaches they're going to be paying 4 coaches. They're going to be paying Monty Williams, Frank Vogel, Mike Budenholzer, and they're going to be paying the next head coach of their team. 4 coaches on the payroll. Devin Booker, I feel for him. This is his 8th coach in 11 years. That is absolutely incredible. But before I dive into, what happened today, I want to go back, y'all. I want to go back and I want to talk about the last several tumultuous seasons for the Phoenix Suns. We're going to go back to the good times. They made the NBA Finals. We're up 2-0 on the Milwaukee Bucks and lost 4 straight games. Okay, cool. The next year, 2022, they break the franchise record in wins in a season with 64 wins, and they lose in Game 7 at home by 40 points after Luka Doncic gave them belt. 2023, they trade for Kevin Durant. And lose in 6 games to the Denver Nuggets. In 2024, they get swept in the first round. After they traded for Bradley Beal in the offseason, they get swept in the first round by the Minnesota Timberwolves. And this year, they don't even make the play-in. So the Kevin Durant era of the Phoenix Suns ended with 1 playoff series win. 1 playoff series win with the amount of talent around Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal for 2 seasons. But I think, what often gets overlooked, y'all, is how much of the downfall of a team comes from the ownership. And I'm not gonna put the blame on Matt Ishbia. And I think that's how you say your name, on Matt Ishbia for the Phoenix Suns. But looking at the moves that he made, looking at the moves that the Suns have made ever since he became the owner of the team, there's no way that we cannot speculate that he has something to do with this. He became the owner in February 2022. They traded for Kevin Durant. They traded away Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, and I want to say 5 first-round draft picks or so. They do that, losing the second round, to the Denver Nuggets. They go out and trade more capital, trade more stuff for Bradley Beal. Get swept. So much stuff has just gone wrong for the team over the past 4 years, and I feel bad because with the head coach being gone, Kevin Durant's finna be on his way out. I feel for James Jones. James Jones, the GM and head of basket, and I want to say president of basketball operations for the Phoenix Suns, he might be on his way out, man. And it sucks because this is a guy that has been really good at his job. This is the same player that drafted the core, that drafted or acquired the core that went from a 19-win team to a team that made the finals to the year after that winning a franchise record of 64 games. He drafted Mikal Bridges. He drafted Cam Johnson. He traded for Chris Paul. He did all that. He hired Monty Williams. He did all that. And as soon as the new owner comes in, it felt like he kind of went away from what he knew. You know, he went away from how he built up his team and went straight, okay, let's try to get a superstar. Traded away two of the best role players in the game, young role players in the game. Traded away both of them along with a slew of draft picks for an aging Kevin Durant. And, you know, of course, it's Kevin Durant. And, you know, I'm not going to disrespect and discredit Kevin Durant and the superstar and legend that he is. But that's not a move that they had to make. They were just first in the West the year before. And the only person that's getting old at the time was Chris Paul. Devin Booker was ascending before our very eyes. You make a win now move for Kevin Durant and deplete your depth, deplete your roster, and you just have not recovered from that. You go and get a Bradley Beal, deplete your roster even more, and you have not recovered from that. The Phoenix Suns have the most expensive roster in the NBA, and they did not make the play-in. Granted, I think this year is tough. They started out 8-1. Kevin Durant goes down with an injury. And injuries have kind of derailed this team all year long with injuries to Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, you name it. They missed time. And that definitely derailed the season. But that can't be an excuse. That can't be an excuse. The Phoenix Suns roster is made up of 3 very expensive superstars and vet minimum players. Vet minimum players, man. And the thing with that is there's nothing you can really do. They're so handcuffed with the money situation. It was either trading Kevin Durant was something they had to do. I thought they should have pulled the trigger at the trade deadline. I guess set something else up more moving forward. But I guess better late than never. You got to move over for Kevin Durant because Bradley Beal has a no trade clause. They were mulling moving him to Miami for Jimmy Butler, but Bradley Beal said, nah, I'm not really feeling that. I ain't gonna lie. Bradley Beal said he's not feeling going to Miami, so you can't trade Bradley Beal. Devin Booker nobody's untouchable when Luka got traded, but Devin Booker should be untouchable. He's had a stellar season this year as well. They've just been losing so many games. Kevin Durant was the one that had to go, and he's a guy that's probably going to get a really decent return. I'm not sure how much you would give for Bradley Beal at this point of his career. But for Kevin Durant, you should get an absolute haul back. But it's just very, very tough, y'all. It's very tough, and I hate that it's becoming a Kevin Durant conversation about his legacy because ever since Kevin Durant left the Warriors, he has 2 playoff series wins. He has 2 playoff series wins, y'all. And that's not a good look. Not a good look at all. He's been swept twice since he left Golden State. He has no trips to the conference finals. That means he has no trips to the NBA finals. Only 2 playoff series since you've left Golden State. And the conversation about Kevin Durant's legacy is getting tougher and tougher to have. I'm a guy that believes, hey, he's one of the best players of all time. Around that, I want to say top 20. He's one of the top 20 players of all time. Roll the ball out. He's one of the top 20 players of all time. The accolades, hey man, if we talk only accolades, then I can't give him that. But if you roll the ball out, you know what I'm saying? Kevin Durant is one of the best players in the game ever. The game has ever seen, and nothing can take away from that. But man, this is not a good look for him at all. Bradley Beal's refusing to leave. And I feel even worse for Devin Booker, man. Devin Booker went out. He played the last couple of games for the Phoenix Suns, and he said, hey, this may be the last time. This may be the first or last time the Suns fans see me. A fan that comes to the game sees me. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to play hard. Respect to Devin Booker, man. They're wasting Devin Booker's prime. They're wasting Devin Booker's career. They're wasting it. This is a guy that we saw. I mean, there was a point where he was the best two guard in the league. I want to say last year he was the best two guard in the league. It was him and Ant. That was a conversation. Now he's become an afterthought because his team sucks. His team sucks. So the Suns have work to do, but I think moving Kevin Durant is the biggest, it's a step in the right direction. I personally would have them bring back, I want them to bring back James Jones. Let him try to do it again. He did it before. He can do it again. It's going to be tough. The Suns don't own their own draft pick till 2031, so they got to move Kevin Durant to get some draft capital. I want to name a couple of teams that I would say I would stay on the phone with if I was the Phoenix Suns. Number one, Oklahoma City Thunder. OKC, we know about the young core. We know about the guys they have on their team, but we also know about the draft capital they have. They have, I want to say, 20 or 20 plus, 30 plus picks, first round picks over the next 5 years. You trade Kevin Durant to them, you can get a bunch of draft capital for Kevin Durant. OKC is the team where I'm not going to jump the gun, but I think if they don't make it to where they want to make it to, they may make a decision to move off one of them, either Jalen Williams or Chet Holmgren. They may make a decision to do that. And right there waiting should be the Phoenix Suns with, hey, we got Kevin Durant here. Here, take him, give us a decent player and some draft capital, and you can have him. Next thing I'm thinking about, the Houston Rockets. Now, the Houston Rockets don't have the most draft capital compared to the Oklahoma City Thunder, but they have a bunch of good rotational key players that would help your team and make your team better immediately. So they should also be a team that you're looking at. Last thing I'm looking at, the other team in Texas, the San Antonio Spurs. They have 2 first-round draft picks this year, 2 lottery first-round draft picks this year. You move Kevin Durant for one of them, you find a way get one of them future stars in this draft class, and you go from there. I would not trade Kevin Durant with an attempt to try and get back a player that's going to help you win right now, because it's not going to happen. You have to build up for the future, because if you're going to be bad and missing the plan, you need to at least have draft picks. You need to at least have draft capital, because if not, you're losing for no reason. You're losing for no reason. So Phoenix Suns fans, let me know in the comment section how you're feeling after everything that has transpired. Everybody else, give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts on this failed experiment of the Phoenix Suns, man, and what they can do to make it better. What team do you want to see Kevin Durant go to? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, going for 2. We out of here. Yeah.